Oh. Listen, I'm this painting that I'm low-key trying to finish in 10 days. Like, and I meant to really start working on this like 2 weeks ago. It's been a weird start to 2026, to say the least. And so that's where I'm at right now. I have 10 days to finish this, and I'm wearing a hat because I'm really trying to get some work done today. And I feel like if I wear this hat, it's like a magical hat. Like if I wear this hat, I'm gonna be super productive. And you may notice I'm here in my room instead of my freaking studio. And that's because I just can't work in that studio. It's cold outside, it's snowing. And so I brought everything here to paint. It's just, I just need a paint. But I low-key don't know how I'm about to set this up because I don't have an easel and I'm not really sure what to do. Not really sure what to do. Perhaps something like this. Oh, and also I'm using acrylic, obviously, because I'm in here. Oils, it's just a little bit too messy, and also it's not good for you to be in a not well ventilated area. And also after my last painting, I was kind of like, there's a lot of moments where I was like, oh, I wish I was painting with acrylic right now. Like, it's just, I'm going back to my roots. Except this time, because the one thing I do like about oils is that it takes a little bit longer to dry, and then I can do very smooth like gradients and like transitions that I can't really do easily with acrylic. And so I bought this golden medium, not gold, it's not golden, but the brand is golden. It's supposed to slow down the acrylic paint time. And this is what a lot of people have been recommending me for the past however many freaking years I've been painting now. And then I just never listened because I was like, that's too much work, like mixing in mediums. But it's like, now I do that with oil paint anyway, so let me just do this with acrylic. Before, what I would use is like literally just water to blend everything. I'm sorry, this hat is really like, what am I doing? I'm sorry, how the do I open this? Open this chair. It's like leaning against the chair, the canvas part, not the frame. So it's kind of stretching out the canvas a little bit, and I'm not sure what to do. Guess I can't really do much. So back to work.
What's up, Chameleon Nation? We're back. And spoiler alert. Sometimes it's like, why do I even try and speak to y'all? But spoiler alert, it took me 2 entire months instead of 10 days. Like, oh my god, starting this painting genuinely was... Starting wasn't the hard part, it was working on it was hard because I was going through a little bit of a hard time during this time, and I was just so unmotivated with just about everything. And this was during winter session, our winter semester in between the fall and spring semester at art school. And so I just had a lot of free time, and I usually like to do a painting during this time to keep myself busy, but I really truthfully just did not have the motivation at all, unfortunately. But I did this idea I've had like all the way back like in October. Like, I had the idea to paint a snowman of myself with like these weird twigs as the face. And then I thought it would be funny if it was like, you know, this caricature creepy smile character that keeps popping up in my work, if like she was building, you know, a version of herself on the snowman. And that's just kind of what I was thinking. And I was like, yeah, I'll wait for winter session to do this because I'll have more time. And then also, you know, it's like winter and snowy and it fits with the theme. And but yeah, it was just hard. You'll see.
So I didn't get the chance to work on this painting yesterday. It's the 21st? I hope. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's the 21st. If you'll recall, I want this done in like a week. I'm working on the face, and boy, is she scary. The more I think about this painting, the more I'm like, oh God. How am I gonna get the freaking texture of just everything? And also, how am I gonna do it in 7 days? My predicament is basically everything in this photo is completely made up. Okay, that's not true. The only thing that's truly completely made up is the snowman face. Everything else I have like a reference for, but it's all like Photoshopped together. I'm scared for how that's gonna turn out, quite frankly. And I don't know, I'm just like working on the face and I'm like, holy cow, like did I forget how to paint?
Oh my God. Dude, I was so unmotivated. Like, it was so many different things. My dog passed during this time, which I talked about in my winter vlog. And so I was just not in a good mood. And then I was also struggling a lot because I was using acrylics instead of oil paint. And I used to use acrylic a lot, so I don't know why I was struggling so much here. And then I was also really unmotivated because I just did not have a good painting setup. Like, look at the lighting in these clips. I'm on the floor, like, with this painting propped up against, like, a couch and, like, watching a movie. The lighting is horrible. My back hurt. And then on top of that, the face, which I typically like to do first to, you know, get myself, like, going. And, you know, it just was not looking good at all. It looked so weird. I mean, you know, these faces tend to look weird. That's like the whole point. But it didn't even look like the rest of the faces that I had been painting. It just looked even more uncanny. And like, oh, I'm looking at this and I'm actually like, ew.
Listen, I want this done in 5 days. Legit, this is all I got and it's not looking good. Maybe it's because I'm using acrylics and I'm really out of practice with it, or perhaps a secret third option. She's pissing me off. She looks like that one face. But it's gonna snow a whole foot tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Still super struggling to get this face right. But I kept rendering because I thought it would, you know, I thought it just looked bad. And that it just could be fixed if I, you know, rendered it some more. Which was not the case, unfortunately. I also decided to move on to the snowman just to get like the whole like painting going, because I was like, okay, maybe I'm just really if I start working on everything else, then maybe the face will, you know, look a little bit better and start coming along. But it just wasn't the case. And I was tweaking out because I was only working on this one part. I was like, yeah, I just need to move on a little bit. So I worked a little bit on the snowman, but I also didn't really do much to it at all, and also with acrylic paint, it's just hard to blend, and snow is very smooth, and like you kind of need it to blend. And I, you know, everything was going wrong, is what I'm trying to say. Just literally everything. Bruh, she looks like Gargamel. I'm dead. And I didn't know this at the time, but this would be the last time that I would work on this for another couple weeks. Because after winter session ended, I went back home for a break, or for the break between winter session and spring semester, and then I came back for spring semester and started to work on it again then. But I genuinely, it's like, wow, I really wanted this done in 10 days. I don't know what I was thinking at all, but it was just never gonna happen. Look at this face, bro. Oh my god, it's actually like I just don't even know. Flash forward to February, and I'm back for the spring semester, and it's time to, I just was like, okay, this face is not it. I need to start over. So I sanded the face with some sandpaper just to get some of the acrylic, off a little bit. And then I sketched over to fix some of the proportions to make it a little less uncanny and weird. And kind of match, my actual style. Like, I don't know what it was. It was like, one eye was a little too high. The mouth was like a little bit too low. And then also like this weird shape. And then like the shape of the face was like lopsided. It was like, bruh, I don't know, but I fixed it a little bit, and then I switched immediately to oil paint instead of acrylic, because I just couldn't do it anymore. I really don't know what I was trying to do, but I just had to use oil, especially now because I'm back in my studio for the spring semester. So it's like, okay, now let me lock in. Okay, let me lock in. It's so weird because I'm more familiar with oil paint now than I was with acrylic paint, and it's just so crazy how much has changed since before I got to art school. Because if you had told me that before, I would have been like, what the heck are you talking about, boy? I basically just worked on this like every single day until I finally could feel good about it. The face, I mean, and it took a bit. It kind of took a little bit longer than expected. I was like, okay, yeah, it's not good. It shouldn't take me that long. Like, I just gotta, let me just fix this face really quick. But it kind of did take a little bit. Yeah, I'll explain more of the concept of the painting too later on, by the way, if you were wondering, if you cared. Guys, the snowman painting, guys, I'm low-key loving it. Actually, that's not even true. I don't know. I just lied to you guys, because I actually don't know if I'm loving it. I think I've just been looking at it for so long, and it's looked the same for so long that I'm kind of like, oh, is this good or not? But I have been rendering the face primarily, just trying to get that going. And that's been really fun with oil paints. I think what I've realized is acrylic paint, I think I kind of need to reserve that for smaller paintings. But because what I was about to say was like, because I've only ever painted small paintings with acrylic. But actually that's not true, because I actually used to do a lot bigger paintings in complete acrylic. And I completely forgot about that, and I don't know how I did that, because I was struggling so much with this painting, and dang, I really don't know how I was painting in acrylic, because I tried for this painting, as you saw, and I couldn't do it at all. And now I'm painting with oils, and it's just marvelous. But then I also did that painting this past fall in acrylic, and that was fine. So I actually don't know what was going on. You're right. I'm not gonna say that I can't do it anymore, because I can do it. I just don't know what was going on with this painting specifically that I felt like I couldn't do it. You're right.
I'm excited to work on the rest of it. I think it'll be good.
Still working on the face here. As I said, it took a lot longer than I had thought. And I struggled a little bit. I don't know. I like how it turned out, but I also still am kind of like, I don't know. But as soon as it felt sort of kind of complete to a point where it's like, okay, you're okay now. I moved on to the rest of the painting because it's like, how have I been working on this for over a month and all I have is this freaking face to show for it? Like, one of the big rules in painting, I feel like, is to like work on the whole painting all at once so that, you don't get stuck with one part and then, everything is consistent within each other instead of like, one part is fully crazy and then the other part's like not, and then you try and go back and but I tend to not follow that rule because I always really like to start with the face. So, because sometimes I need like a little motivation booster. So it's like, if I do the face and it looks good, then I'm like, oh, I'm excited for the rest of the painting because, this one part looks good. If that makes any sense. But no, I had to move on. And I started a little bit with the snowman, which was a lot of fun to paint like the snow. But I also struggled a lot to get the texture right. And I think that was because at first it was very smooth and it kind of looked a little messy and blurry. Just because I think the rest of it hadn't been like rendered in yet. But once I like put in like the sticks and like, some solid things down, it looked a little bit better. I was also wanting this painting to be originally more purple. Well, no, I wanted it to be blue, which is why I have this giant crazy blue underpainting. But then I was like, I want it to be more purple because I was really inspired by the snow that had been fallen. We were getting a lot of snow at this time, and I took this picture, and the snow was really pretty with like it was like purple with like yellow highlights, and so I was like, oh man, I really really like that, so I wanted to incorporate that a little bit more. But then it was too purple and I felt like it washed out the face, so then I kind of backtracked and I did more bluish. Yeah, it was kind of crazy working on this while it was like a huge, like, I don't know, snow season. Like, it was just always snowing and I was like working on the snow painting. I was like, what? And I really love snow, actually. But after these freaking storms, I was so annoyed by the end of it. And coincidentally, I was also really annoyed by this painting too. Oops. So it is now March. And obviously this painting isn't done. You guys, we literally had a whole storm like a week ago today. A blizzard, mind you. A blizzard! I just can't believe I experienced a blizzard. Never in wildest dreams did I ever imagine that, ever. And it was like the most snow Rhode Island has ever gotten or something. And I was like... And we got class canceled for the whole week. The first 2 days, I just didn't leave my house because, like, I really just couldn't, actually. And then the next couple days, I was like, okay, let me go back in the studio and low-key paint. And we got class canceled every single, like, day of the week. I was like, damn, guys, is it really that serious? But, like, yeah, it was that serious. And then I went out of town this weekend for my friend's birthday. We all surprised her. Oh, my God. I can't even get into it without crying. It was just the best weekend ever. So I was out of town this weekend. I just got back home today, and I've just kind of been trying to catch up on work, except I haven't done anything because I've been trying to catch up on sleep, actually. What I'm trying to say is this painting is long overdue because how's it been almost 2 months since I originally started it? But also, I'm excited to paint it. Like, the past couple times I've been painting, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of liking it, and this is a lot of fun. Oh my God, I have so many things to do. It's like I don't have time for this. what am I even saying right now? Honestly, I had to update you guys. But tomorrow I have painting class, and I think it's a work day, and hopefully I'll be able to work on that painting a little bit more. All right. Collecting sticks for my painting to use as a reference, because everything has just kind of like been made up in my mind a little bit. So I'm actually grabbing some sticks to paint from observation. Just look into my dark and twisted mind here. I really, 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 really want this painting to be done already so I can move on, because oh. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, everyone just don't look at that. I just need it to be done because it's been way too long. And I want to move on to other things. And in my mind, I can't do or start new things until I finish this. Today's Saturday. I'm gonna do the laundry, eat some lunch, and then I'm going to go to the studio. I'm gonna paint as long as I possibly can, until my mind just won't let me paint anymore. And tomorrow I'm gonna do the same. I don't know why in my mind it's just such a big obstacle to get through. It's like I can't do it, but I know I can do it. Okay. Started to work on more of the tedious little details like the scarf, which for some reason I got barely any time-lapse footage of, but I was just doing these tiny itty-bitty lines over and over again for the scarf pattern, which was really fun but also really difficult because oil paint is hard for me at least to get a really thin, smooth, crisp line. And I used linseed oil to thin it down so it was a little bit smoother, but I don't know, I still struggled with it. And then painting the sticks were fun. Oh man, that is so fun. These twigs forming the shape of the snowman is fun. The shape of the face of what am I saying? I don't know. It was fun. The painting the sticks of for the quote unquote hair though was a little bit harder, but painting from observation was fun. It was a lot of fun things, but I almost kind of wish I actually had built the snowman and put the twigs in the snow, because I feel it doesn't look as realistic because it's entirely made up. None of this actually is real, but I can't tell. It's the first day since December or something that I don't have a jacket, and the feeling is awesome. I need all the snow to melt immediately, but then it also has me thinking dang, and I still haven't finished this snow painting and the snow's already melting. Girl, please. I feel I was productive yesterday, but dang, that took the sticks and stuff, it took a lot longer than I expected. I'm gonna work a little bit more because I didn't finish the sticks on the hair or whatever, and then I'll probably work a little bit on the gloves. I'll see what I can do. Here I'm really trying to wrap up this painting, so I'm just working on everything. As you can see, the hair, I don't know, the gloves, buttons, the sticks I never finished, so I'm finishing those, and then obviously the entire background. In terms of the concept of this painting, it's kind of really hard to describe what I'm trying to achieve because I really don't know. I'm just continuing to explore this smiley character, and I think what it is to me now more is this character that's kind of just taking up spaces and just inserting herself into everything. Why is she building a snowman of herself? I don't know. And that's not even a hypothetical. I rhetorical question. I really truthfully don't know why she's doing that and why I'm painting that she's doing this. And she's just kind of a fun little character, reoccurring character that keeps popping up, and she keeps trying to insert herself. And I don't know, I thought it would be a funny little thing. And then there's also a figure, another figure of me, normal me in the back with my dog. And my dog, I always wanted her to be in this painting because I just remember her always be when it snowed, she would I don't know, I would always go outside with her. She was my little snow buddy. And so she was always gonna be in there, and now, that I started this painting and then she passed. And then it just felt even more fitting just because, I don't know, I feel like this is just a painting about my relationship to this, weather and to the snow and to myself. And January was a pretty tough month for me. It always is here in Rhode Island because the winter really makes me sad here. And then I was even sadder because I had lost my dog, and I wasn't home and everything, and then it was snowing, and then all of these things, and now this is just kind of what it feels like. It's just I don't know. I really, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just paint, and the painting just kind of makes sense to me, and only me, and that's okay. But I am trying to be more intentional with my concepts, and I have so many ideas, way too many, which is also why I've been so frustrated with this painting, because I'm like, ugh, I just kind of want it to be done, and I just kind of want to move on. But I can't. But I did. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's also just a very nostalgic painting for me. The background was kind of inspired a little bit from this picture in my childhood too, and I don't know. Oh my god, my hair, bro. Please, behave yourself. Listen. This painting, I was in the studio 5 hours yesterday, swear to God. I painted 20 minutes maybe. And this always happens, I don't know how, but it's as soon as I'm this close to finishing whatever it is that I'm doing, I can't finish it. The background mostly is really what's getting me, I think. But I really just couldn't even. But I actually don't have time to not do this anymore. This needs to be done by Friday, I think. And that's my personal deadline, if we're being honest. I'm what am I doing? I'm really gonna try and get most of all of it done today, and then tomorrow I can work on it just a little bit. Putting in some of the finishing details on here, the buttons, I guess. The gloves I kind of got a little bit lazy with. I remember when I started the painting, I was like, oh yeah, I really want to do each individual little thread and really go crazy with the detail. And I just didn't. But I'm also not mad with how they turned out. It's a little lazy, but it's also a fun, I don't know. Not hyper realistic, but realistic. Okay, so I didn't do crap yesterday. Just, classic Camilla. I don't know what's going on where I really can't finish this. But I just went to Blick and I got a bunch of paintbrushes. Because every time I get a really thin little brush, it kind of just frizzles up literally after the first use. So I have to keep getting more, and it's seriously. But I got more, and I think I'm gonna. That's what's really, every time I start to paint, I'm like, oh, this is so annoying that the brush is not how it should be, and then I get annoyed. But I got it, and so now I'm feeling refreshed and inspired. I'm also breaking out like crazy. I don't know what's going on. I got a new face wash, and then I started using the new face wash and I started breaking out. That's irrelevant to this story. I think I can finish the painting today. I have a class, and then I have the rest of the day. And I think if I really lock in for literally just 3 hours, I think I can actually finish it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And this will be our last set of time lapses where I'm working on the background. I originally was gonna do kind of a neighborhood kind of background, inspired by my childhood home. But then I was like, I don't really feel like painting houses, and I kind of wanted the space to be more open and kind of where the heck is she in place? So I put these little trees in the back, and then I put a bunch of little paw prints and snow prints. The paw prints were so fun to put in What else can I say? I'm not really sure. And just like that, the painting is complete. It's kind of insane how long this took me. Like 2 months. I used to spend 2 weeks on paintings. 2 weeks. I don't know. I think maybe I lost my touch. Who knows? I think some of the details in this painting are like a little bit kind of like half-assed, but also some of them are really, really fun, and I'm kind of really happy with how the piece turned out. I'm kind of in like in between state of like there's way too much detail and the composition's a little weird, and then I'm also like, ugh, this is, really fun and really fun. I also really like the colors. Like, I don't know, the blue and the pink and the purplish tones, and man, I'm looking at it now and I wish I had done more yellowish highlights for the snow. I tried a little bit, but what the heck am I even saying? Overall, it was really fun. I'm just really not over the fact that it took me 2 months. Like, I know what I was doing, but I've kind of lost my touch a little bit this winter. This winter was a little bit hard and kind of really brought me down. But it's getting warmer now, and there's hope in the air. I can feel it around. I'm back. I'm coming back. It is my comeback era. Be prepared, y'all. Okay? Be prepared. And let me know what you guys think of the painting. I always love to hear y'all's thoughts on like what this kind of means for y'all and like what y'all think. And just really any thoughts at all would be appreciated. But that's all I have to say. More vlogs are coming. Okay? And yeah, love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and I so super appreciate y'all, genuinely. I'll see you guys soon, and bye.